I went to see a movie at the Bob Bullock Museum, the IMAX theater, with a friend. And during the course of the movie, I noticed that the sound started bothering my ears. After the movie was over, I got up to walk out of the theater and I felt like I'd had one too many beers, but I hadn't had any beers at all. So that night, I made a dinner for my daughter who had just come home from her first semester of college. And my family started telling me, there's something wrong with your speech. So I told them that I had some balance issues as well, and they convinced me to go to the ER. While I was in the ER, they told me I'd most likely had a mini stroke at the theater, and I had another mini stroke while I was in the ER. And I had a third stroke, or the main stroke, while I was in the hospital that night.
When Phillip first joined us at St. David's Rehabilitation Hospital, it was shortly after he had suffered his stroke. He had weakness on one side of his body, but I could notice that he was very motivated, and he fit perfectly in our Young Stroke program. This is a program that we developed over a decade ago, specifically for patients just like Phillip, who are kind of in the prime of their lives, and these are the patients that really need high-intensity therapy to maximize their recovery.
The day I first arrived at St. David's Hospital, I could not stand, much less walk. I could not get out of bed. I could not get out of a chair on my own. My speech was very slurred. I could not function in the real world. I think most patients that have recently survived a stroke, they have a goal to walk again or drive the car again, or they want to cook. So I told them my goal was that I wanted to ice climb again. And the amazing thing about the staff here is they created different exercises that would simulate the activities you perform when you were ice climbing to help me train to ice climb. And 13 months later,
this feels good.
there I was climbing a frozen waterfall in Colorado.
This is for all the staff at St. David's that got me to this point.
Ice climbing is not a typical goal that we hear about at the acute rehab hospital, but when Phillip or other peer mentors are able to meet one-on-one with our current stroke survivors, it really helps give them some motivation and hope.
Most people are blessed with support from family and friends, that's so important. But those people do not know what you have been through. They're second guessing, they don't understand, and it's so difficult to try to explain it to them. Find a support group with other stroke survivors. St. David's has their own that they host monthly on the first floor of their rehabilitation hospital. It is an excellent program. The peer mentoring program they have here at St. David's and the work that I do with that, it's good for me, it makes me feel good, but I can tell for most of the stroke survivors I meet with, it's a critical moment in their recovery. I love all the staff at St. David's. They're like family to me. I owe my life and livelihood to them. And the things that I learned here, not just the techniques, but the way to frame it mentally, emotionally, to have hope, to have courage. The staff here at St. David's, my doctors, they put that in me. They taught me that.